Hello and welcome to this instructional video on using Unity. This is the first in the series. Here I have Unity, a shortcut to it, and what I'm going to do is I've made a folder on my desktop called My Game. Now this is important that when you start up Unity for a game, make sure you make a folder on your desktop where you're going to keep that game. This is important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on Unity here and open it up. And now it starts to open. Takes a while. And there it comes in all its glory. And you see this stuff here. And when I see this Welcome to Unity, I see all this other stuff around here. The inspector and so on. This Welcome to Unity for right now, I'm just going to click that off. And I'm going to come over here and try and reduce the size of Unity a bit so that you can see the how it's laid out better. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to File. I'm going to click on that, and I'm coming down here to New Project. Now you might see the Scene, Save As. Now you see Project. The difference is a scene is like a level. A project is like a game. There's a few exceptions to that, but don't worry about that for now. We're going to start a new project. When I click on that, I get New Project. Then I get this sign, this here. It says Create a New Project. Create a New Project. And then it has Project Location and Browse. That's what we want to do. It also has Import the Following. For right now, we're not going to import anything. We're going to come here and browse as to where we want this project. We're going to go to the desktop and we're going to look for My Game. Now, where was My Game? Let's see, it's down here somewhere. Let's see if I can scroll down and find it. My Game. There's My Game right here. Over to the left. I'm going to come down and open it. And then I'm going to put Select Folder. Select Folder is right here. I put Select Folder. And now what I can do is I can come here and I can click the Create button. So what will happen is that Unity closes for a while. It looks like I lost it, but I didn't. It's going to come back up again. And when it comes back up again, I get these same things that I got before. I got this Welcome to Unity right here, which I'm going to close out. So I've closed that out. And now that I've closed that out, I'm going to come over here, and there's my Unity. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to look at the folder My Game. It's no longer empty. If I double click on it and open it, I see what I've got on the inside of it. I've got three other folders. I have one that's called Assets, I have another one called Library, another one called Temp. And in the assets here, if I open it, I have nothing inside the assets. That's empty. It's important that you see that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come back here, get back into Unity, and there's Unity there. And I'm going to look at, I've got in essence 4 major windows. I've got what's called the Scene, and we'll talk about that. I've got what's called the Hierarchy, and we'll talk about that one. Right now what's in the hierarchy is the main panel. I've got the project, and we'll talk about that. And then over here I've got the inspector. And I also have the layout. For the purposes of our tutorials right now, we want to make sure that the layout, I'm going to click on it, is at the Revert Factory Settings. You see where it says, let me move this over here. Revert Factory Settings, that's where I want the layout. So when I do that, I'll get a warning message that will say Revert all window layouts, yes, and I'll put Continue. And in essence, that gets me right back to where I was with Unity. So let me get this back here, like so. One of the things that I can do with Unity in the project window, which is what I want to look at now, this particular panel right here, the project panel, is the project panel is equivalent to the content browser in UDK3. Remember in UDK3, that's where I had all of my assets. Well, this is where you can place all your assets, right here in this project panel. And you might say, well, I see I don't have any assets. That's true. But what I can do is I can bring assets into this. Like, for example, supposing I wanted to bring in a file that was a music file. Like, for example, I have one here that's called snarl. Here's a creature snarl. So what I'm going to do is bring this over here. Let me show you how easy it is to bring these in. I've got that there. I'm just going to take it. It's an MP3 file, and then just drop it. Now, this is an asset that's in Unity. Let's say I have a ping file or any other kind of graphic. I just drag it right in and put it in, and now it's in there. It's ready to be used exactly the same way that in UDK3 I had that in UDK3 I had the content browser. What I can do with this is I can right click on it and I can put create, and I can create a folder if I wish, and I can name that folder, say my stuff, if I wish to do that. And then now that I named it, I can go ahead and put my stuff in it, in that folder, just like that. Drag and drop it. And then when I open it, there's my stuff. And these are assets that I can now use. Okay, so that wraps it up for this introductory video. What I should have learned here is how to start out a Unity project. Oh, by the way, let me do one more thing. Since I put those things in there, let's come over here to the folder that we created for Unity and open it up now, and let's look at the assets. What do I have in there? My stuff, right? Isn't that the folder that I just made in Unity called My Stuff right here? And then if I come over here and I open My Stuff, what do I see in it? The creature snarl, right, which is an MP3 file, and the ping graphic that I just loaded in there. So anyway, that wraps it up for this first introductory lesson on using Unity. Thank you for watching.